Right. Hello? Let's see.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Alright. There's something funky about the door opening. It's hard to explain, but it seems to go reverse sometimes. Not sure why. Well, a note from the Wilhelm. Let's use one of our tinderboxes so we don't lose all of our sanity. So we just got a new one. We got 5 of them. Good. We always have to keep at least 5 of them. Sorry, 4 of them. Right. Hello. Who are you making noise?
th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Well, that happens when you go look for ancient treasure. So this one leads to the main hall, but we don't have to go there. We can go around and check this place. Old tomes. Oh, come on, you get scared by a book. Okay, I mean, a flying book is spooky, but that should be more scary to you. Someone's playing piano. Let's check my oil level. Low. That's locked. The door to the local history room is locked. Is there another entrance? Indeed there is. Through the main hall. making noises. Sanity. Head is pounding and hands are shaking. Alright, we are at the 50%. More noises. Remember there being a tinderbox, I guess they removed it. Let's light the fire. Oh. Alright. Knock knock.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wards. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Another chest with oil. I'll need that. Well, I must find a new way out of this area. We're trapped. Before that, how about we explore this room? The Kingdom of Prussia. Nothing there, but we have a note. Sleepy time.
17th May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
Let's touch it.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Well now. Now, how do we get out of here? The answer is quite simple, as soon as I recover from that. Fragile, but not breakable by hand. Now we have an option to throw something at it, or, interestingly, we can break it by hand. Liars.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Pretty sure I'll be doing this a lot. Just staring at the light. Alright, so we have our first actual puzzle. Now if I could remember where they are, one's over here. Then solved. First. Wait, thank you. Nothing behind the paintings. There's a key. Another note. It's a question. Is that an actual threat? Nope, it is not. Still not an actual threat, and there's a slight surprise if we head over here instead. Boo. You have no idea how much I got myself scared after playing so many times this area. I remembered I forgot a tinderbox over there, went to pick it up, and suddenly an enemy. That poofed. Why don't you shut up? Also, one thing I read about the hard mode is that, if I understood correctly, there is no music. So we don't know when the monster is here and when it isn't. Ow. Hello, Shadow. All is good, though. Now we can head to the Vine Cellar as we have the key. Cella Binaria. Or is it with a hard C? Whatever. Yes.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Alright, I need to be careful. This is one of the places that I could lose my sanity. There's a lot of paranormal activity here.
What's happening? Oh, it feels like my chest is going to burst.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Accept it. We're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
Aqua Regia. Well, now let's head over here. Nice work, Daniel. You had knocked down a barrel by a barrel. Come on now. There's no oil left in your lantern. Well, that's too bad. Before we fill it, let's move these rocks out of the way. I always wondered why Daniel was so easily moving these. However, when I saw the concept art for Daniel, he's... well, every time we talk about Daniel and our archaeologist, I can't help but imagine Daniel Jackson from Stargate, But actually, Daniel's quite a buff man in this game, so it would make sense. I remember this stupid last piece. There we go. Let's see if there's anything else useful here. Contain a few drops. It's not much. Though those are meant to work as a, well, a balancing act in the game. If you use all of your oil, that fulfills way more. Puzzle solved. Got out. I see there's even a map about this. Shut up. Stop breaking stuff. Loud enough. Stop slamming doors. That's awfully rude. Oh boys, their sanity is dangerously low. So we might die now. And I haven't saved it all, so that would end up badly. This should restore our sanity a bit. Orbiment. We're missing one ingredient. Right. Where was it again? Ah, here it is. Yeah, stop moaning. I know you're no danger yet.